All right, all right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Tips from Elaine's Desk. Elaine Proby here, your CEO of Proby's Tax and Accounting. Thanks for jumping on here. Hi, Rod. How are you? Knowledge is golden. Knowledge is golden. Yes, yes, yes. It sure is. Right? And once you get it, they can't take it away from you. Once you got it up here, that's it. Cannot take it away from you. So hi, everyone. With our mindset conversation that we're going to be having today. And this is one I really like the most because, again, your mindset is the driving force to everything we do. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So if you don't have the right mindset, no matter what it is that you're doing personally and business, and I like to say that, it is not going to work. Okay, so mindset is one of the things we talk about. It's a driving force. And how you think and how that process works, that will enable you to move forward in the right direction and will assist you in the process. You've got it on here. All right, all right. So hit like and share this video, guys. We are going to have some fun today. 3 mindsets you need to switch from an employee to an entrepreneur. Now, as we know, an entrepreneur, people have to be driven. Folks have to want to be an entrepreneur. You have to want to own your own business, and you have to want to be your own boss. Okay, so that's the mindset that you have to have. Now, everyone doesn't care about this, but there's so many people who do. And those of you who do are the ones I'm talking to today, right? So 3 mindsets you need to switch from an employee to an entrepreneur. We'll talk about what those mindsets are and, just some straightforward things that we need to do to make sure that we are in the right mind frame so we can be successful at what we're doing. All right. Hey, you there? Thanks for being in here. Thank you. Thank you. You guys share this video. Okay, so let's jump right into the first point today. First point today, guys, we have to be objective. All right. We have to be objective. So as an employee, you can go to work every single day and just do what you have to do. Even if you don't like what you're doing, you get paid, that you get that salary and you go home. So as an employee, this is all you have to do, right? So the difference between being an employee, of course, and then being an entrepreneur is that you have to love your business. As an employee, you don't have to love the job. You have to love what you do. You just go do it, get paid, go home, and don't really care much about it. As an entrepreneur, you have to love your business, right? So one of the key things about loving your business, of course, because it might require you to do long hours. There is no cutoff time. I mean, you could set cutoff time, but then if something pops up, it means that you got to, be spending extra hours. You're going to do that because you want to make sure you get to that point and get to that goal, right? So you need to love your business. You're not just doing it to be doing it. You need to love your business. Not like an employee where, of course, you could just do the job, don't like it, but just get paid. All right. The next key thing as an entrepreneur, guys, you have to work on your business, not in your business. As an employee, you work as an employee, you work in that business, that's it. As an entrepreneur, you have to work not in your business, but on your business. So you're constantly trying to make sure that things are getting done in order for the business to grow and to be successful, for you to be able to scale what you're doing. If there's any problems, any hurdles, anything in the way, you have all this strategy in place so you can get around it, get over it, get under it, and make it work. Okay, so you're working on the business in terms of how you do things to make it better, to make it grow, and to make it more successful. So you're not working in the business. A lot of us entrepreneurs, sole proprietors, we're working in the business. Every day we're acting as if though we are an employee of our business, and we are thinking in that mindset. This is where the mindset comes in. You can't have that mindset as if though you're working in your business, right? Of your own business. But you want to have the mindset that you're working on the business at all times and not just working as an employee in the business. All right. Key point, guys. Key point. Make sure that you make a note of that. All right. So let's move on to our second point today, guys. 3 mindset that you need to switch from an employee to an entrepreneur if you are now want to make a change. And there are a lot of people who have worked sometimes in some of these jobs, and they may have spent 30 years, maybe at a young age, and they want to start their own business because now they have always had this idea, the security of the job, they never want to leave. So this is a good way to get a business started even at a later stage, because it's never too late, right? It's never too late. But of course, the first thing that you have to think of is that mindset as an entrepreneur versus the employee that you have been for all these many years, right? So second point today, let's move on to the always talk about learning. You know, knowledge is power. You cannot stop learning. As an employee, the only thing you need to learn is your job description. What it is that you have to do on a day-to-day basis, what is on your desk, what you have to get down, and that's the only thing you need to know. You don't need to know anything else anyone else is doing. You don't need to know what the business is doing. You don't need to know any of that stuff, right? So as an employee, that's it. But as an entrepreneur, guys, it involves you learning all kinds of new skills. You have to keep up with the times. You have to keep up with the economy. You have to keep up with what's going on. And you have to keep up with your competitors, because you want to make sure that you're not falling into a trap where, you know, things in your business is obsolete and outdated. So you got to keep up with all these new technology and everything like that. So you constantly have to be learning new skills. Now, of course, if you could pay an expert in some of these areas, you personally don't have to learn all this stuff. So keep in mind, well, it's not like you have to know it all by yourself, because that's not going to happen. But if you can pay someone, say a technology person, that's going to keep you updated with all the new technology, everything that you need to know in the business as far as that goes, someone that's an expert in marketing, let's say, and there's new marketing techniques that's out there. So however, if you're not able to, as the entrepreneur and the business owner, you will have to learn these new skills so you can, you know, do what you have to do until you're able to pay someone to do those things. Okay, so that's the second point. Never stop learning. And it's just like knowledge is power, and it's key for you to be successful in any way. Even personally, we have to keep up with the times. We have to know new stuff, right? So that's the second point, guys. And we are once again talking about 3 mindset you need to switch from an employee to an entrepreneur, employer, business owner. Okay, so third point today, this one right here is just key, and I always like to leave the best for last. And one of the things that I like about this is that, you know, when you are, this third point is simultaneous vision. As an employee, you mainly is responsible, of course, just for your function, just for your job, just whatever needs to be done that day is all you have to worry about doing. Whatever is on your desk that day, that's all you have to complete. You don't have to do anything else. However, as an entrepreneur, guys, you have to project forward. So you have to be thinking ahead. You have to have this simultaneous vision for the short-term goals, and then you also have to think about the long-term goals. Okay, so there's things that you're going to accomplish in months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and there's stuff that you're thinking ahead 2 years, maybe down the road, or maybe even a 5-year projection. So simultaneously, you have to have these vision of your short-term goals and your long-term goals, right? And that is fine, because hey, you learn all this stuff, right? You learn all this stuff. So again, as an employee, you don't have to worry about that. You just have to think about what's on the desk, what do I have to do? That's it. Let me get it done and go home. Okay. So you have to realize that as an entrepreneur, you must have that simultaneous vision, and you have to have those plans in place, and it's going to impact how you project your business and the future outcome of what the business is. You have to know what you do today, how it's going to affect tomorrow, how it's going to affect next week, next month. So these are the things that you're going to be thinking about as the entrepreneur. You want to do, believe me, it is a lot of yes. Hi, Risha, Utah Smith, how are you? Sounds good. Good afternoon. Yes, thanks for jumping on. Okay, so guys, those are the 3 points. We don't have to belabor these 3 points. Again, 3 mindsets you need to switch from an employee to an entrepreneur. And one of the reasons why I like this topic is because not only do you have people now who are on jobs that is not they're not getting or any success out of. It's not paying well. They need to get some other income. They need to maybe start their own business. But I'm also getting questions from people who have actually spent years in jobs. They now have retired and left, and they really have always wanted to start their own business and want to stay active and want to make some money. They also have to create these mindsets. So the 3 mindsets you need to switch from an employee to an entrepreneur is what we're talking about. Let me recap. First point today, guys, was to be objective. You have to love your business. As an employee, you don't even have to love what you do. You just do it, get paid, go home, and just don't care. Don't care about the outcome. All right. So, but as an entrepreneur, business owner, guys, you have to love what you do. It's gonna take hours, maybe more hours in a day that you might want, but you have to love what you do. And of course, you're doing it for the long term, and you have to work on the business, not in the business. You're not an employee that way. So you have to work on the business to make it more successful. Keep that in mind. First point. Second point, never stop learning. As an employee, guys, all you have to know is your desk, what your function is. If you are the accounts payable clerk, that's all you have to do is pay bills. You go there and figure out how to pay bills, put it in the system, write the check. That's all you need to know. You don't have to know how everybody else did anything else in that company, right? But as a business owner, guys, you have to have different set skills. You have to know different things. You don't have to do them yourself because you can't. But until you get someone to do the things that you don't know, you may have to do some of those things yourself, right? Marketing, you may have to do yourself. You have to do maybe a spreadsheet, a projection, different things that you're not able to hire somebody else to do, but you need to know them. So you have to keep learning. Like Rod said when he got on here, first thing is knowledge is power. All right, so that's the second point. Third point today is simultaneous vision, okay? We got to think long-term and short-term at the same time. As an employee, you're responsible for what you do. Once again, like I said, you don't have to think down the road. You don't have to think about what's happening next week if it doesn't affect your desk. Doesn't matter to you. As an entrepreneur and a business owner, you have to think about your short-term goals, what you're going to accomplish in months, 6 months, 12 months, and your long-term goals, maybe a year, 2 years, 5 years projection. So you have to be thinking about this simultaneously, your short-term goals, your long-term goals, okay? And this is what's going to keep you afloat, keep you going, keep you progressing, have your business grow, guys, and make you more successful, okay? So that is what I am talking about today, and just excited for this mindset, because I've had conversation with people who are so interested in getting their business started, and a lot of times they can't see themselves not having that employee salary that they're depending on and moving on. And there's some of them are so miserable. They don't even really want to be on the job, but they don't know how to make that move. Okay. So first of all, start with changing the mindset and start with some of these points that we're making today. Okay. So that brings me to our course. Yes. So if you're one of those people and you're stuck on, I need to get this business started and I don't know what to do, and oh my God, that brings me to our course, October 13th, guys. Go to elainesdesk.com. I will make sure that I get you started in that business. 2 hours of your time, 2 hours of your time. When you're done with that, you can get that business started that you always want to start. And you always wanted to get going, didn't know how to get it started. We're going to get that going in 2 hours, guys. The next day, you can have your business up and running. I guarantee you that you will have your business up and running the next day. All right. So 2 hours of your time, October 13th, go to elainesdesk.com and sign up for this course. I'll teach you guys everything you need to know, how to get it started, how to even name the business, how to set the business up, all the stuff to stay in compliance, all your projection, we have the whole plan. We have the whole plan laid out for you. And you guys will understand it because I'm going to make it so simple. We're going to have a good time with this. It's interactive. You can ask questions and we can talk to each other in the room. So It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And then after that, of course, you'll be able to still get consultation to get your business up and running. I have people who have formed these businesses, who have formed LLCs, who have formed all these different corporations, and they may have done it elsewhere, but they're still calling me on a daily basis, asking me, what is the next move? What do I do next? I've got this company. I don't know what to do with it. I will tell you exactly what you need to do with it, guys, and help you along the way. Okay. So with that said, if you need any further consultation between now and then, especially financially and or to get your mindset in order, give me a call at Probus Tax and Accounting, 323-290-9034, and or visit our website at probustax.com. You could go on there. There's a calendar. You can book yourself a 50-minute free consultation, and we can get you on the road to success, whatever it is that you needed to get your business started, whatever you needed to do financially, personally, and otherwise. Okay. With that said, I want to remind you guys, those of you who have filed an extension, you had a 6-month extension, you didn't get your taxes filed on April the 15th, you have a 6-month extension. October 15th is the deadline. October 15th is the deadline. So here at Probus, we're asking you to get your information in by the end of the week so we can make sure that you reach that deadline. For those of you who owe taxes, it means that you will have a late payment penalty and a late filing penalty, which is exactly what you don't want to have. A late payment and a late filing penalty, guys, up to maximum 20% plus interest, all this stuff. You don't want to pay this extra money. And some people, when they owe taxes, they feel like they don't need to file it because they're going to owe. No, you want to file to avoid the late filing penalty. That's half of the penalty there. And then if you can't pay, you'll just have a late payment penalty. You can make installment arrangements. There's a lot of things you can do. We can advise you. Probus Tax and Accounting. Guys, get your information in. A lot of you have gotten letters, so get your information in. We've got a lot of qualified personnel at Probus that can answer your questions. All right. Hey, Marjorie Smith Flowers, thanks for jumping in. Good afternoon, Elaine. Good afternoon. Thank you for jumping in here, guys. Hit like and share again. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday. Free information, right? Free information. The only thing you got to pay for a few dollars and 2 hours of your time in that course. Get your business started. Small investment for a whole lot of money in the future. We'll show you how to do it. Okay. So with that said, I'm up out of here. Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll be back next Tuesday. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. Leave your comments in the chat. I come back through here and answer them. I know sometimes it's late at night, but I'll come back through here and answer those questions if you leave your comments or questions in the chat. Okay. With that said, guys, have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. Have a fabulous weekend, and you guys take care of each other and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.